most beautiful things about the workshop model is that it gives you, as the teacher, the chance to walk around and work with the individual students or with small groups of students while the others are working. I always like to put a support video of some sort in my slides. It could be something that I've created, or it could be something that I found on YouTube or somewhere else. And this one is actually one that I found on YouTube. Now, I inserted that just like the last time when I inserted the timer. I went to Insert, and I'll go down to Video, and then it opens up a search engine for me. And I can either find a video automatically on YouTube and copy and paste the link there and it will pull up, or I can type in whatever it is that I'm looking for and I can watch it. Press select, I can select it and put it into my slide, and it will embed directly onto the slide. So I really love doing that, especially if you're giving the Pear Deck to students to work at their own pace so they can go back and forth on slides instead of you controlling the screen. And we're going to look at both of those options in just a minute. But if you are controlling every student's screen, which I love on Pear Deck, so they can't work ahead and they can't go back, you can always copy the link to the video and put it in the speaker notes or put it in Google Classroom or somewhere where the students can access that additional reteach. Now, moving on, before we get into student work time, I always like to do kind of a feel for how the students are feeling about their preparation to move forward. So on this slide, I'm going to put 2 text boxes. I'll put one here. I want to center my text, so I'm going to put yes and no, because I want the students to be able to tell me, and I'm not going to put no. No sounds negative, but yes. Now my font's too big. There we go. And to make it stand out a little bit more, I might put a background color in there. And then I'm just going to copy mine. You can make yours however you want. I like to copy and paste so I don't have to fix my font again. Drag one of my boxes over. And over on the other side, I'm going to change this one to I need more help. Okay, and I might change that color to maybe green. Green might be tricky. Maybe yellow. Okay, now I'm going to click my Pear Deck icon, and this one I'm going to use a draggable. So what that means is the students will be able to drag a dot and put it wherever. And the good thing about this is that it gives the teacher the opportunity to see if she or he needs to teach this lesson again with maybe a different problem, or if they need to do anything different. So I'm going to make my dot be purple. Update slide, and the student will be able to drag their specific dot, and you as the teacher will be able to see just a basic overview. I love those. And again, I could add the audio to slide. So the next slide that I have prepared is what's going to start my student work time. I put that I want the students to use the drawing tools to annotate and solve this math question. So I'm going to put draw so they can annotate and they can draw it. You could also have them get used to reading something on the screen and then maybe working that out on paper. I know some of our assessments that we have for benchmark and stuff, the students have to read a lot on the screen. This would be a good time for students to actually do things on a piece of scrap paper and then transition that over to their screen. So I've got my drawing tool, And on this one, since I have a lot of text, I'm going to add audio to slide for the students that need that help. Okay, so I clicked add audio to slide, and I'm going to click record. I'm going to scoop. Audrey wants to buy a $200 pair of Nikes. She has already saved $80 towards the cost. How much will she have to save over the next 6 weeks in order to have the whole cost saved? I hate how you had to move it around. I wish it could be smaller. Add audio to slide. And then I've got it up there, and the students can listen to it if they need to. So while the students are working, I would be walking around the room, conferencing with some kids that look like they're struggling, while the other students that are not struggling are continuing to work on solving this equation. So another one here, after they get finished, you can share the screen and you can talk about it. That's where you could do a catch and release type of thing, to where you can talk about some of the answers that you see. And remember that when you project them, they're all going to be anonymous, so nobody's going to know who put an incorrect answer. You could do your favorite wrong answer and explain why, and have some students talk through what may have happened. But then you could also highlight some of those correct answers. And this slide, kind of like on slide number 6, you can just use that draggable tool to gauge how the students are feeling. How confident are you with your answer? Do you feel like you did a good job? Did you get it correct? Use positive language, and that just gives the teacher a chance to see if they're ready to move on to the final product. I want to review the learning target before we move on into the final product. So this could be another catch and release opportunity if you want to do something like this. You can repeat the learning target. I can write and solve equations to represent situations that involve rational numbers. I know I have it when I can write my own equation and create a video explaining how to solve it. And then you can say something like, class, this is what we're doing. We are to the mastery of this I can statement. And the question is, can you write your own word problem and check it by solving an equation? So on this one, I would have the students first do a text so they could write their own equation. And then I'm going to add to what I have written here. Okay. So I reworded it a little bit. On this slide, I would have them write the word problem, and on the next slide with the drawing tool, they could check the problem. So I'm going to insert a new slide, and then this one would be the one where I would put check it. Okay, so I have that on there, and I click the pencil so the students could have the chance to draw. All right. Now that's going to leave us to our reflection piece. And I'm going to talk about that one in the next video.